Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Vanilla Plus series. My name is Rysyn, and this is going to be kind of a shorter episode. I think the last one ended up being a little bit short as well. But yeah, basically, I haven't been doing well, I've been working on a few things, but not a ton to show for it. I did get the pattern on these going all the way around. Um, I've still got a few things I need to fix about it though. Obviously, the frog lights hasn't happened yet. Still got gaps. I still need to put the farm back inside. But actually, what I ended up turning my focus towards was the maps. So in the last episode, I showed off the new resource pack that gets rid of that, the little marker that displays where the maps are in reference to, the map itself. So I want to get this mapped out, but something I don't have a lot of is actually rockets. I, I'm down to less than a stack, and this gunpowder that I have is only because of what I've been working on. So let's go over and take a look at that. So as you can see, I've kind of got something here floating in the sky, and it's a like an all-purpose or an all hostile mobs farm. Right now I've only got 2 levels, and it is not putting out a lot. I do need to make some more adjustments to it, obviously increase the height of it. But yeah, so everything drops down into that center area there. Anything that doesn't die from the fall dies from the campfires, and I've got hoppers underneath just collecting for the moment. And it hasn't been running very long, and obviously I don't stay close to it all the time because majority of my stuff is over there. But I am kind of moving in this direction. I right here is the way down to the end portal, and I kind of want to make that maybe not necessarily the center of my base, but I do want it very close by. I haven't figured out exactly where on the surface it would, like, if I were to dig straight up from the portal, I don't know exactly where it comes up, but I do think it's somewhere in this flat area over here. So I got to figure that out and start working on my long-term, base of operations, because over there, it's not really what I want to be the center of attention. What I'm working on now is kind of moving into this area, and let's see if I can get just a little bit more height. So like I said, I think right over here I think is where the end portal is at, and then there's like a northern island, an eastern island, and then this is kind of like the south, and it connects over here to the west. This island up here, I think what I'm gonna do is turn this into kind of like an industrial area. Right now my plan is for basically like a super farm. I want to gather up. Let me look at my notes here. It's a pretty complex system actually, and this is where I want my sugarcane farm, my bamboo farm. I have the mob farm nearby. I'll be routing some of those drops over into this area to make things like gunpowder. The gunpowder will come over here so that I can, have everything in one place for making things like the rockets and the TNT, the string for making scaffolding, because I love the stuff. But also I want to set up renewable farms for all of the like natural blocks. So dirt, basically the line of progression is you make a stone generator, you can turn stone into cobblestone by harvesting it with TNT. At least that's as automatic as it can get. And then you can bone meal the stone into moss, collect up the moss. The moss farm will also be the source of the bone meal that supplies different steps of this process. The moss can turn into eventually turn into dirt. I haven't decided if I want to go the podzol route or the rooted dirt route. I might even do both, to be completely honest. And from dirt, I can go to mud to clay, clay terracotta. So like all of the natural blocks, I want to have a big interconnected system that I always have on hand at least a certain number, a certain amount. So like a double chest of any given block is a good example of what I'm trying to do. And some of that might be just in the form of, instead of like in item form in a chest, I might settle for like just a big block that like pistons just push it all into one spot and I can harvest it when I need it. But for the most part, I want the system to be as automatic as possible and to turn on and off on its own based on whether or not the current chest or collection area is full. So if it's not full, I want it to automatically kind of like boot up and start making more. So right now I've got the redstone on this thing just constantly running. I need to figure out an on and off switch. Right now I have to go into the farm, and I don't think you can see it from here. But there's a lever. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it. It's on the back side of one of those warped blocks. But yeah, with one level at a time right now, this thing is terribly slow. It is working, but obviously I need to scale it up quite a bit. And then I've got a build planned to go around this thing. It's going to take me a long time to do though, because it is massive. I'd really like to show, okay, we've got a creeper and a skeleton. So as soon as that top level flushes, there it goes. These guys go out to the edge, they fall down, get routed into the middle, and down they go. And here's another example of something I need to continue working on and get finished, is the sheep farm. Like I said in a previous episode, this thing is basically ready to go. It just needs a bunch of shears, and right now there's still a lot of grass growing out in the main area. I need only these back 2 blocks to be grass, which means I need to get the rest of this converted over to moss, or I've already done my passive coarse dirt. I want to put some rooted dirt in here, and then I think the rest will just be moss, and then I'll do the same thing so that we don't have these super green patches here. Just kind of get the whole thing kind of looking consistent. Maybe not with the dirt, but with like moss, just kind of get rid of some of the straight lines. But yeah, this is technically functional. I've got all the redstone in place. My main reason for putting a hold on that is I don't currently have moss, and I don't just want to spread it with bone meal, because it'll get rid of, like, I want to be a little bit meticulous about how I place all the blocks. So I've actually got materials here to make a quick moss farm. Probably going to do that before I start recording the next episode, maybe. I still got to do this, but basically this is kind of just like an update video, where I'm at. Still waiting on this stuff to age so I can, come through and wax it into its final state. Looks like there's a couple blocks that I need to fix and, wax, but that's fine. That's easier than waiting for this stuff to, turn to its final stage. But yeah, I mean, things are coming along. It's just, a little bit here, a little bit there. Got to get it all going. Started working on getting the grass to spread up here because, at some point I've got to do the whole island. I got to find homes for all these villagers. I've got some builds in mind, but I'm still kind of looking for inspiration for other things. Like, I've known for a long time that I wanted this to be my melon and pumpkin building, but like, I don't have a plan for bamboo. I don't have a plan for sugarcane. I have a couple of aesthetic builds in mind, but I don't know if I necessarily want to put anything in them. And honestly, I might like build them like out on some of these further islands, or I've been trying to come up with an idea of what I want to put on this big island that's over here. Because this island over here, since I do have some rockets, I'll go ahead and just show you guys what it is. It's huge. Like, it's way bigger than the island that I'm on currently. It's got a little bit more terrain stuff going on, I think. It has, the high spot over there, hilly stuff over here, and then off over here, it's kind of got this like area of, ocean that comes inside. Like, it's almost like a big lake, which is pretty cool. So maybe one of the builds that I have in mind I'll put over here because it is kind of inspired by something that is next to a lake in real life. So I don't know, maybe I'll put it over here, even though I was kind of planning on it to be my main house. I don't know. I seem to like doing stuff out in the open though, so maybe, over here is a better spot for it. I just got to figure out what its purpose will be, because, I don't know. I'm just working through some inspiration and some plans, trying to figure out where I want to put everything. I did fix this roof, by the way. It is several blocks taller than it was the first time I built it. Looks a lot better, in my opinion. But, so yeah. I don't know if I have enough footage yet for this to be considered an episode. Probably not. Let me go check. Alright, yeah, I think I'm close enough. I think I wanted to be a little bit longer, but hey, what can you do? Recording on the last day before I have to edit and post this video, so not a lot of time to actually get stuff done. But yeah, I've got plans, working on them. I've got, unfortunately, other priorities too, so real life gets in the way. But yeah, so next time I'm hoping to have some more progress. Hopefully progress that I'll be able to show on camera. Especially with the replay mod, I need to really start taking advantage of that. But yeah, so there's also another thing I kind of want to discuss real quick, and that is just the data pack, resource pack stuff. I'm kind of flip-flopping on whether or not I want to talk about it a lot, talk about it hardly at all, find a good balance, and I think now I'm kind of leaning towards a balance. So just kind of like a small teaser. It's just more recipes, changes to the recipes and crafting stuff, but I think I'm going to change how TNT is crafted so that it is 100% renewable. No more sand. So if you're interested in how I'm going to go about that, tune in next time because, yeah, I'm going to talk about it and some of the other changes that I have made or plan on making. And yeah, so, if you're hoping for a long episode, I'm sorry to disappoint. But, sometimes it is what it is. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a great day.